Hello, everybody. Welcome to our self-care Sunday tonight. My name is Leigh Raeder, and I am a master cosmetologist. And today I am joined by Vena. If you want to introduce yourself, Vena.
Of course, of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Pearson-Hudgins, and I have been an esthetician over 25 years. I am internationally trained, and I've spoke on anti-aging and ran a medical spa for longer than I want to admit to. And now what I do is I just help other beauty industry professionals gain that confidence of having an amazing product to work with.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. I was really excited to come live with you because we were actually kind of laughing. We're both really versed on this topic, and tonight we're going to be talking about airplane essentials. So, who is starting to travel again? I know I am starting to travel again. I've been talking to a lot of friends that have been booking travel, so people are out and about again. So we thought that it was really important to, talk about some essential products that you can use not only on the airplane, but even when you land in your destination, and so that your skin looks refreshed and radiant, because that's what we all want, right, Vena?
Oh, absolutely. Especially as time keeps ticking, it seems like we're always working harder and harder to stay ahead of that game, right?
Exactly. And you think about the cabin pressure, the recycled air, the lack of fresh oxygen, on a plane. And obviously the artificial environment inside a plane is just not really set up to really be good for your skin, right? And I know like even you travel a lot in your RV, and I think like any way you travel, even if it's in the car or anywhere, it's that recycled air that is
Right.
continuing to kind of hit our skin, and it can really dehydrate your skin. It can increase the sensitivity, and we're going to give some personal testimonials on that, and just make it look really dull, right? And kind of
Oh,
lose that
well,
lack of radiance, I guess.
and who wants to lose that hydration in their skin, Lee? I mean, when you lose hydration, your skin pulls somewhere else. And typically, I hate to say this, but it pulls from your collagen. And look how hard we work to keep that collagen going in our skin. So the last thing we want to do is lose our collagen. So we want to keep our skin hydrated. It's so important.
So I have to like share one of my first tips, and I know that I actually have a lot of friends that do this as well. But I actually take the Lumia de V micellar cleanser, and this is a waterless cleanser, so you don't need water to cleanse your skin with it. And I actually take some cotton rounds. I'll saturate them with the micellar cleanser, and I'll put it just in like a snack Ziploc bag, and
So
I'll put that in my carry-on because this is a little bit too big to pack. But that way it's already saturated on the cotton rounds, and I can literally just kind of take those out and cleanse my skin, because it always kind of feels like a little like dirty, right? From all that air hitting it. And I want it just to be clean for, and fresh when I'm getting to my destination.
that's so smart. And really, even when you're traveling at all, you hit different water, right? Some waters are more chlorinated, some waters are really harsher. And so that's really brilliant, Lee. That's brilliant. I never even thought about doing that.
And I like that you brought that up about the micellars actually are in this product, and it just draws everything out of the skin. So, oils, pollution, anything that's in the air that's hitting us,
Right.
it does feel a lot better, and it doesn't dry out the skin either. So it's great for, sensitive skin. It's very, very gentle cleanser. And of course you can use it beyond the plane, right?
I love it. And you can, you know what? You can use it even on your eyelashes.
Yeah, so make sure you in your next, journey, you pack those in your carry-on for sure. Now, and I know you're a big one for this too. So after I cleanse my skin, now this is especially if I'm going on a very long flight, sometimes overseas, but I will also pack these and use these in the hotel. And it is
Oh, the Lumi de V sheet mask. Those are my favorite. I mean, the benefits of using that particular mask, that sheet mask, I mean, you really only have to use one every 2 weeks.
Yes. And they actually come 2 in a box. So I've got my 2 right here. And you can literally just throw this whole entire box, in your carry-on. When you rip it open, it is a sheet mask and it has a ton of aloe and hyaluronic acid on this sheet mask. I believe there is close to an ounce of product in each mask. And I'm telling you, every time I do this, because when I travel, I will usually do one on the plane, and then I will do one, when I'm at the hotel. Every time I do one, people comment on my skin the next day. They're like, "Oh my gosh, your skin looks so amazing."
Wow.
Like, it's because of this.
But what it's also doing is like the glycerin is protecting your skin from being dehydrated. And that's what's really important too. And the hyaluronic acid, oh my goodness. So the hyaluronic acid is going to help you retain all that hydration, but it's going to lock in that hydration. So, I mean, it's so amazing. And also anything extra can go down on the neck, right?
That's what I do. So I usually put it on my face, and you want to keep it on long enough. Like once the mask starts to get a little dry, then all the product is kind of absorbed in. But then I will literally take the mask and lay it right on my neck and my décolleté. Just whatever's left on there, I want to kind of, infuse in those areas too, because just like our faces, of course, the rest of our body is going to get dehydrated as well. So, don't forget about, taking neck especially, because I feel like a lot of people are good about putting moisturizer on the rest of their body, but they do tend to forget this neck area a lot.
Yes. And the aging that happens. I mean, you have to realize people look at your face, but your neck is part of that picture frame. So when you're looking at the neck and the neck is dehydrated, remember when the neck starts getting dehydrated, again, where is it going to take its hydration? Your collagen. So when you have a lack of collagen, then the connective tissues are going to start being less. And so you're going to start seeing your skin being more sagging. Who wants a saggy neck?
Oh, I'm saying. And the other thing I love about this mask is it just really gives that smoother and softer looking appearance. I know you said the almost plumper, firmer, just radiant. I guess that would be the only really good word for the way it looks. But I know that you do this as well, but what I like to do is once my mask is on, while it's still on, I will take one of my rollers, and we have the pink the rose quartz roller. And then we also have the Tiger's Eye roller. This is in our OMS line, and this is in our Lumiere de Vie line. You can use them both. You can use one or the other. You can kind of mix it up. But this actually is great to use right on top of the sheet mask, as well as after you take the mask off, you can continue to roll your skin. So tell us a little bit about rolling with, these wonderful rollers that we have. What are some of the benefits of that?
Well, first off, everyone needs to understand that one of the reasons that we tend to get really our eyes get puffy or our skin gets puffy is that lymphatic drainage that runs underneath tends to clog up. It slows way down. Our circulatory system slows way down. We're sitting in a chair. Our skin is getting dehydrated. So the first thing I do, Leigh, is that I will take one of those rollers and do a light lymphatic drainage. So what does that mean? Is that instead of completely, I'm going to lightly drain and then back down to the neck, right? We're going to go down and then down to the neck. So we're going to drain that before I even start infusing. So that's really important that, oh my gosh. And I've seen Leigh do this underneath her eyes. Actually, she's inspired me a couple times to go grab mine.
Because it's cool too. So think about what something that's cold, when we put it on our skin, that's going to help with the puffiness. And, I just feel more revived when I use this underneath my eye area. It almost wakes me up in a way. And I didn't have this in the refrigerator. It's just that cold, naturally, because your skin
type of stone.
Warmer.
Yeah. Don't you like the 2 sizes, Leigh, we have? You have on one side, you have for underneath the eyes and the smaller areas. And then on the other side, you have for the neck, the larger areas. So after I do that lymphatic drainage, because you really should have your mask on for at least 20 minutes. I will go back to, and Leigh, you have the perfect face to do this with, right? So I'm going to go back and I'm going to work with the firming and toning and also the penetration of the product, because if for some reason you haven't done an exfoliation for a while, well,
Mhm.
then you're going to have a little bit more of a struggle getting that product in, right? That
Right.
product is going to go in, but it's maybe not going to penetrate as deep as we want it to. So with
Exactly.
these rollers, we're gonna legitimately just work it in as your skin warms up, because anytime you use movement, it's going to warm it up and it's going to absorb. And
Yes.
you're going to see your skin is going to glow with these.
And I mean, look, it doesn't take up much room. So again, just really easy to just throw in your carry-on and get that out. And I mean, people kind of sometimes will look at me like, what is she doing? But in a way, they're like, that's kind of smart. Like,
That's so smart.
so don't be afraid to just share what you're doing with other people too, sitting beside you, because I've had a lot of people ask me, and with my mask, I'll just sit there with my mask on. But I see more and more people doing that. So like it's okay, Like we gotta take care of our skin. So
That's the way to go.
for sure. Now, this one we have a story about, and this is actually called our Rose Refresher. And it's a little bottle with a sprayer on it. And this is a size that you can throw in your carry-on. So it is under, the limit that is allowed. And you can see that I use this a lot. In fact, I have this in my carry-on, but I also have one in my purse. And I carry this around with me daily wherever I go, because this little bottle gives you a ton of moisture to your skin. It actually has aloe in it, but it also has an ingredient called Moist, and that infuses the skin with hydration. Do you want to talk a little bit about that ingredient?
I love the Botanomoy. So what this is a blend of glycerin and the saccharides complex. Then I call this a 911 for your skin.
Mhm.
Honestly, what this is doing is the reason why it's a smaller bottle is that you don't need a lot. With toners, we tend to spray a lot because we need a lot, but with this one, we don't. I mean, it has phytic acid in it. The phytic acid is an organic acid that has a natural antioxidant to the skin as well. And here's a little story, Lisa. When I was on the plane, I will spray this because my skin just feels so tight.
Yes.
So I carry this everywhere with me. And so I'll spray it. And I have sold more of these on a plane. Because like, can we have that? No, but I can order you one
I can have it ordered and shipped right to your door.
in a second. But I also carry in my purse because I never know what's going to happen. Leigh, do you mind if I share a story a little bit with you?
Yes, you can share it.
Okay, great. So Leigh and I are also friends off of the camera. And so anytime my friends are on the stage, I'm watching, I'm rooting them on. But here's what happens when you're under lights, your
Mhm.
face gets dehydrated. What happens when your skin is dehydrated? Well, your skin is amazing. It's going to start adding oil. It's
Yep.
going to start hydrating yourself with the oil. But here's the downside. It's not that oil's not making your skin feel better. It's actually overworking your skin. It's getting tight and it can be painful. So Leigh came off the stage and my heart was hurting for her because I mean, on the stage, you couldn't see it. But when we got up close, she's like, Vena, my face
Yes.
is hurting. Hang on, sister. I got something for you. I
Yeah.
got in my purse and I sprayed her. And honestly, I can't make this up. And she was just glowing again.
Yeah, it almost soothed it, because I do tend to have a little bit more oily skin. But here's the thing, guys, like even if you have oily skin, it still can be very dehydrated.
That's
And
right.
when I travel, I always have to travel quite a few hours on a plane to get anywhere because I live in the middle of nowhere. But beyond that, when I'm in the hotel room, usually the air is pumping, a lot. And again, it's like all this recycled air. The climate's usually very different than what I'm used to as well. And so, yes, my skin gets so dehydrated to the point where it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like a tight, like burning feeling in a way. But then yes, all this oil starts to come out. So when Vena sprayed this on my skin, and this is just a personal testimonial, it
Right.
just almost like soothed it. It like almost put the fire out.
Yeah.
And ever since then, that's when I started taking this everywhere with me, because right now in the summer, I had a really busy day and we had all these things going on. And it's like, if you just kind of feel like you need that refreshing pick me up, you can just give a spritz, and you can use it as many times throughout the day as you'd like. You can't really overuse it,
No,
right?
you cannot. And the aloe, I mean, one of the reasons why Leigh felt that relaxation is that the aloe is a naturally rich nutrient. So it fed her skin what it needed. The lipids in her skin was getting dehydrated. So her body was overproducing that oil. And it was just really working hard to hydrate her skin. So that's, I mean, Leigh has this beautiful glowing skin. But again, when you're in an area, whether you're in a plane with all that recycled air, you see how I'm kind of snarling on that. That recycled air can be really tough on his skin. So what you want to do is spray before, during, and when you walk off that plane, and your skin is going to feel so much better because it's going to have that hydration.
Well, and I do want to add that you can spray this over makeup.
Yes.
You can use it, as a skincare item as well. So even when you don't have makeup on, so you could see I just sprayed my skin. And it dries really quick. So, you don't have to walk away, around with like a wet face or anything. So it does dry quick. But I do want to mention as well that it does have a very light rose scent, but it's not overpowering, because I personally don't like really heavy scents. It actually sometimes bothers me, this one does not. In fact, I find the scent very refreshing as well. So I feel like, for me, it kind of calms me just by, smelling the scent of this as well.
But also, again, let's talk about the hydration. We want to keep that hydration going because nobody wants to lose their collagen. I'm going to keep preaching that because that's what happens. That's where our body takes for the hydration when you're dehydrated. And talking about a plane, I don't know personally where you would go to get skin any more dehydrated. I know I will send this out with anyone going on vacation because, again, like you were saying, Leigh, I'm originally from California. I'm on the East Coast. I don't even know what humidity is. I have found it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, wait, my skin's like, what are you doing? So I have to use that just to keep my skin hydrated and balanced. And that's the whole trick, is we want to keep our skin balanced, because if we're not balanced, then that's, we're going to start producing too much oil. And we don't want to do that.
Exactly.
Us.
Yeah. And you can spray that on your entire body too. You don't have to just, stick with your face. And, that leads me to also, when you travel, make sure you drink a lot more water. Right. And I know most of us probably don't drink as much water as we should, even on a daily basis, but you almost have to increase your water intake when you are traveling as well, just because water will also help with the way that your skin looks as well. So I just wanted to throw that in there too. Don't get dehydrated, because it's very important to keep that hydration up.
Right. Absolute. Hydration is so important, especially this time of the year where you are being a little warmer. You are sweating a little bit more. You're also losing that hydration. So, and it's so great for digestive issues too, right? So it's really great for everything.
So I know we don't actually have them, but we wanted to give you guys a little teaser, because we do have a new product that is coming soon. We don't have an exact date, so you have to follow this channel to make sure that you're the first one to know when it is launched, but I can tell you it's coming soon. And those are the new Eye Revive gel patches for underneath the eye area. This is going to be the perfect product.
Oh my gosh.
Travel with, right?
I'm so excited. Can you imagine the laying in a seat, reclining, having to take that nap, and putting the eye patch underneath and just letting it work? I mean, they have hyaluronic acid in it, the minoside in it.
They also contain a little bit of caffeine as well. So it's like the perfect under eye treatment. And I know a lot of people think of under eye treatments as being like a nighttime thing, but these are going to be perfect to use at night, but you can also use them during the day before you put your makeup on. In fact, that's one of my tips that I teach my clients. The more hydrated your under eye area is, the better your makeup will look under your eye as well. So, if you get any creasing or anything like that, But I'm picturing these as being like the perfect treatment to kind of like wake you up a little bit, give you that dose of hydration,
Right.
take that dullness away underneath your eye area, right?
Oh, I am so excited. In my opinion, I've seen hyaluronic acid when you put underneath the eye, how you will see a lack of puffiness underneath there. You, like you see, you see the brightness with the niaminoside. It's just going to be game changer. Honestly, it's going to be game changer. Before you go out, you put that on just to give that little mini lift to underneath the eyes. Because, you know, Leigh, there's so many products you can't use underneath the eyes, but yet because of the thinness, right? With these pads, this again is going to be just game changing. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm going to be like one of the first to order them for sure because they're going to be great and they're going to be great to, you know, gift to your friends as well. So don't forget about all those friends that are starting to travel because they're going to need all the things that we talked about tonight. So I would love for you guys watching, if we missed anything that you have like tips for when you travel, we would love, love, love to hear them. But you know, hopefully you guys have a list of things that you're going to purchase for your next trip. I know I do. I'm going to be, my next trip is going to be in a few weeks. So I've got to like make sure I'm stocked up and ready to go because I want to look my best even when I'm away from home, right?
Oh, I love it. I love it, Leigh. And I mean, and what we have, we can always put in little containers but everything we talked about, I believe tonight is less than 3 ounces. So you can just throw that in your overnight bag and use it on the plane. So that's
Yeah. And
exciting.
I would even, you guys, like if you, I'm just going to grab this real quick right here. But if you got the new brush set, you can actually fit these items even in this little case here because it has a nice zipper. It's a really nice durable case. And you can just have like your little skincare essentials for on the plane. And I know you even love these
Oh,
brushes. They're travel facial brushes as well. So throw these in there. You can, you know, use these to apply your other products as well. And yeah.
that's game changer right there. Right there. Those brushes are game changer. And everything we talked about, especially talking about not touching our skin, especially being on a plane, you can utilize those. So I love that. I really do love that.
For sure. Well, I just really appreciate you taking time out of your busy travel schedule to be here with me tonight. And, you know, hopefully I'm going to actually see you soon in person and I can't wait because we live many, many states apart, you guys. So even though we're good friends, we don't get to see each other in person a lot, but we are going to be traveling to see each other.
Yes, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm excited.
But thank you all for joining us tonight and make sure you continue to comment in this post because we will go back and answer any questions that you have. So whether you watched it live or you're watching the replay, we'll be sure to continue to check all of the comments. All right, well, you take care, Vena, and I will see you soon. And everybody else have a good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.